Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's me, JGallis here. I'm here with my boy. He's going to introduce himself. He's going to introduce his channel.
What's going on YouTube? This is Jay Silver from Game Media Outlet. I'm mostly a gaming-oriented channel, which you can check down in the description box below. And today, me and JGallis are going to be discussing what we've seen at the iPhone event for the 10s, 10s Max, and 10R.
Those names, though. It's just, when you just hear those names, it's like, like seriously, man, that's the best I could have came with. Personally, if I worked for Apple, I would have changed the X to the number actual 10, and I would call it a 10S, 10S Plus. Do you agree?
Which makes a lot more sense considering that the 10X Max is the same physical footprint as the 8 Plus, you know, just with the thinner bezels. But physically speaking, if you have a plus size phone, the Max should feel right at home for people. So you're not gonna really feel any bigger difference in the hand physically, and you're gonna have more screen to deal with. So that's a positive there. But yeah, the names is horrible. Apple just next year just figure it out better. That's all I'm gonna say.
So we're gonna start off with prices. What do you think about the prices of the iPhones?
So as me discussed on the phone before, you're basically paying for that. You're stepping into laptop territory, and it's really disappointing that you gotta pay that much money for these expensive phones. All things considering, what you get in the box with just a phone and a charger. I mean, I guess when you really dive deep into it, most people is not gonna repay the full price up front. Most people finance their phones, so they're gonna put like $200, $300 or whatever amount of money down, and they're gonna make the payments monthly. So I guess if you look at it in that light, it's not a big deal. But it is obviously one of the most expensive phones on the market.
Yeah, for them to come out with a phone and say the phone is basically $1,500, I think that's overpriced. I think that's a lot of money, because you figure in 2012 when my wife bought me this MacBook, and it's a MacBook Pro. This computer was $1,100, okay? And now you're telling me a couple years later, my phone costs as much as my laptop or even more? That is crazy. And you know for a fact that the laptop can actually do way more than what the phone can do. So it's like, it's crazy to know that you're paying for something this small and paying so much money.
I think it's because just Apple can get away with it. I mean, of course, people are going to argue the advancement in technology, but if you really do your research and look at it, what they paid to manufacture and ship that phone does not really make any sense in comparison to what they charged. Remember, Apple's the most profitable company in the world, so whatever you're paying for that phone, they're probably profiting through the roof. So, like I said, the prices to me is a little bit unjustified, even if you want to get really nerdy with the specs, how as the screen is, or how quality the mics are. It just don't add up, especially when you consider that you don't get fast charging in the box at that price range, or headphones. And from what you told me earlier, right, they minus the dongle from the 10 from last year. So that come on, Apple, that don't make no sense.
No more dongle. And apparently the dongle is $9 on their website, and it's like the top selling accessory on their website, because everybody's buying dongles, because I guess everybody's just losing the dongle and they have to keep buying new ones. And I think for $1,500 you should be getting the AirPods inside the box. That's just my opinion. If you're paying so much money for a phone, it should come with a fast charger and it's a pair of AirPods in the box.
Agreed. Especially if you buy the, like you said, the max version of the phone, the 512 XS Max. You should get that automatically. You spend all that money, why not? But now, of course, they're gonna shift that on to their customers, which I think is really unfair.
You know what's so funny? Just hearing him say the name just now, you can tell that he struggled to say that name because it just sounds so retarded. But we're just gonna move on to the next subject about this iPhone. We're gonna talk about screen sizes. What do you think about the screen sizes?
Okay, you got the 5.8 and
this is the 5.8.
right. Then you got the Max, which is about 6.5. I'm correct, right? And they are about the same thing, minus little cuts here and there, because you still got the same internals technically, minus the OLED screen. I mean, if you're, like I said, if you're a plus size user and you like the plus phones, 6.5, though it is bigger screen technically, I don't think it'll be a big deal. I mean, it doesn't really bother me much. I'd rather probably go for the 5, but at the same time, if you go for the Max, you get the bigger battery. So
it's a give and take.
It's a give and take.
The R, the iPhone X, whatever. You know what? The R. The R, the iPhone X, whatever. You know what? The R. You know what? The R. The iPhone R. We're just gonna call it the R. The iPhone R is 6.1. So basically, this is the 5.8. The 6.1 is going to be a little bit bigger than the 6.5. And me personally, I think if I seen anybody with the 6.1 in their hand, I would not know that it's the R, because I automatically would think that it's the same thing as what I have in my hand, because they look very similar. Like, it's not a huge difference. You could tell the difference with the 6.5 because it's much difference from this, but the 6.1 to 5.8, you literally have to put the phones next to each other for you to be like, oh, okay, that's the bigger version. And for $750 for an Apple product, keep in mind I said for an Apple product, that's not a bad price for an Apple product. But the great thing about it is they're giving you still top-notch camera. They're not giving you a little half behind camera. They're not giving you, the only thing they really,
telephoto.
Yeah, they're giving you one lens, but that one lens is like a pixel lens for them. Guess so. It's like they're giving you good camera, they're giving you the top processor, because they could have technically gave you the A11 Bionic chip and said, okay, here you go, A11 Bionic chip, but you're getting a bigger screen, you're getting a bigger battery, because from what they're saying that from what they're saying that the R is supposed to last longer than both the iPhones. So basically you're getting a better battery life, right? You're still getting a big screen. You're still getting a good processor with the A12 Bionic chip. You're still getting face unlock. You're still getting a lot of features. So for an iPhone, I'd say
Touch ID.
None of them have Touch ID, so that's done now completely. Touch ID, goodbye to Touch ID. Okay, just kiss that goodbye. If you want Touch ID, you gotta go back to a 7 or 8, because from here on out, I think fingerprint scanners is dead on iPhones, straight up dead.
Just like your headphone jack.
So they taking away features and then they added features, but then you have to pay for the extra features if you want. So it's like I don't know. Apple's just winning. They're very smart with what they're doing, but
you're still gonna buy their product no matter what you dislike about it.
That is true, because people nowadays just buy phones just because it's an iPhone.
NANI?
Because it's an iPhone.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And I give them a lot of respect because their marketing skills is amazing. Where I think they can actually go outside, pick up a rock, go inside the house, wash it off, and they can show you them washing it off with water, how the water runs over it, and they can it just make it seem so amazing and be like, this rock. And you can see the guy showing the commercial, and he would demonstrate how beautiful the rock is, where it came from, how they put the rock together. This is the best rock ever. Like every year they always say this is the best iPhone ever.
$199.
This is the best iPhone ever. And it always amazes me that they say that every single year, because it's like, of course it's the best iPhone ever.
The biggest screen in the iPhone ever.
It's the best camera we ever put in any phone. And I'm like, even though I have an iPhone, it's amazing. I put like this. Regardless, they still have the best presentation out of anybody else when it comes to like introducing new products, because I can't sit and watch a whole 2 hours of Samsung introducing their new products. I can't. I tried it. It's not entertaining at all.
Just a bunch of stuff you don't really even care
But
about.
Apple, the way they do things, man, even the intro alone for this live stream was so sick. And it's like the way they talk about stuff and the way they're very good. Very good editing, very good at presentation. They're just very good overall when it comes to marketing their products. So I give them nothing but props for that.
Me personally, I just watched the Verge version. That's like 14 minutes to get to the meat and potatoes and call it a day. I mean, I try to watch it, as much as he does, but sometimes they start getting into a bunch of nonsense I don't really care about. When I watch those events, all I care is about the watch now, because I like the watch, and just the iPhone. All the other stuff, don't care.
What you think about the resolution of these screens?
I mean, for the most part, I'm more of an Android guy, right? So the screen resolutions at this point in time in a cell phone game is just, it's whatever. I mean, the average customer is not gonna look at the 10 and look at the 10X, whatever, right? And we're like, oh, I noticed the bump up and whatever. It's just whatever, man. It's just sharp, beautiful looking OLED screen, and that's what most people is gonna take it as. They're not gonna really dive that deep into the quality. I mean, the contrast ratio on the XS or the 10S, right? It's supposed to be like what, 60% better, if I remember correctly, 40% better. You ain't gonna really notice it. And maybe if you have them side by side and you're looking to notice the difference, you probably will under that like pretense. But normally speaking, if you drop that phone, the next iPhone, you're in the honeymoon phase, day one, you're like, yeah, I do notice the 40%. No, you don't. You're just being told that, and your brain is thinking what you're told, like, oh, it's much sharper. Come on.
I think that I could run a test. If I was getting the new iPhones, I think I could buy the R, right? And I could walk down to everybody that have iPhones and be like, yo, look, this is the 10X Max, right? And be like, yo, check it out. They'd be like, oh, even if they had the 10 in their hand, the current 10 that's out right now, and I show them the R and tell them that's the Max, right? They'd be like, oh, yo, this is beautiful. Yo, look at the screen. Oh my God. I know they would. Yeah. Because I know somebody that did a test like that before, where they said, this is the new iPhone.
That was with the 4 and the 4S. That was years ago. There was one dude in the street had a 4. Like, yo, it's the 4X. Look how much faster. Like, yeah, I do notice the speed difference. I remember that. Oh, that's hilarious.
And I really think that because most people, let's be honest, I'm iPhone users. And I know a lot of people that have iPhones, and they don't know half of the stuff that's going on with the phone. They don't know the megapixel for the camera. They don't know the battery capacity. They don't know the processor. They don't know nothing about the phone. All they know is the new iPhone. That's all they know. And a lot of times, if you have a case on your phone, you won't even know it's the new iPhone, because this and the S is going to look just the same. For you to be able to tell the difference between the two, is the person have to be wearing no case or a clear case, and you have to see that gold back to know they have the new iPhone.
What if they got the space gray or the regular white? They wouldn't even tell the difference from that either.
So otherwise from that, all the phones would look the same, and I could give somebody a 10 and tell them it's a 10S, and they would believe me and run with it and be like, yo, I got the new 10S, yo,
as long as you got iOS 12 on it, they won't tell the difference.
Exactly. So I don't know, but people with iPhones, it's sad, but it's true. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about your phone. All y'all do is go to Instagram, y'all FaceTime, y'all iMessage, and most of y'all don't even know what y'all can do with iMessage. Most of y'all don't even really know how to use AirDrop. Some people don't even know what AirDrop is. It's like, it's so much things, But it just, once Apple says, yo, this is new, this is hot, everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm getting it. But bro, you got a 10. I want the new one, man.
Thumbs up if you're excited for emojis.
Yeah, you get to create your own face. They stole it from Samsung. I mean, people made fun of Samsung for it, but then Apple does it, and you know Apple always does it better. That's the technical term for it. They always do it better. So that's how it goes. But we're gonna move on. Let's talk about the Apple Watch. He's showing me an emoji right now. You know, we get excited for stuff when it's new, and then after a while, it's like, who uses emojis anymore? Like, you know. But what do you think about the Apple Watch, the Series 4?
Well, I had the last when I had my last iPhone 10 and I had the Apple Watch. I already thought the Series 3 was dope, so I have no doubt in my mind the next watch is gonna be dope. I mean, compared to the Android watches, which are they trash compared to iWatches. It's unfortunate, you know, Android dudes. I'm just being honest. It's nowhere near as good. If I was into smartwatches, I know there's a group of you who are not, and there's a group of you who are into, and I'm in the iPhone ecosystem. Get that watch. That watch is gonna be dope. Looks better, you know. It's more edge to edge. It's bigger battery. I mean, you got the EKG if you're into that type of stuff. I mean, I'll get it. Why not? You know? Me personally, it's dope.
I had a couple of Android watch, and I had even this first Samsung smartwatch they came out with. And for me, having all these different watches, basically, I really appreciate what Apple have done. Like when I first saw the Apple Watch, when they first introduced it, I was like, why would they make it square? You know, why would they put all the icons on the screen like that? Like I was going at them for a lot of stuff, but now that I got it and I've been using it, I've tried, I'm like, okay, I see why they did this. I see why they went for the square instead of the circle, because they could fit more on the screen and stuff like that. I got everything now. And it's like certain things they've done with their watch and their phone can never be mimicked by anybody else. Their haptic feedback. That right there is amazing, because my boy's sitting right here and somebody was just calling him just now. And his phone, no matter of fact, not his phone, his watch was on. The sound was off. He just had vibration on. But you can hear the motor just going off. Like when you have a phone on top of the table and you just hear it vibrating. It's like that. It was like, huh?
Put my phone and show him.
Alright, so I'll give you a card. You sure you want to do that?
Yeah. Horrible.
What the fuck?
Like, if you was in a meeting and you know you're supposed to have your phones off, everything off, and you're just trying to keep your watch on just to be discreet and stuff like that, and somebody calls you, everybody in the meeting would turn around and look at you like, bro, like, come on, man, we told you to turn all devices off. It was just bad, and I was like, like I knew somebody was calling him. Like if somebody called me on my Apple Watch right now, you won't know unless my screen light up, and that's the only way you would know that somebody's calling me. So that haptic feedback, it's amazing, and it's cool that they have it in their phones too. So that's something that I appreciate to the fullest, and I enjoy 3D touch, even though I know they're killing it slowly, because in the iPhone R they took out Force Touch, so that's done already. So I won't be surprised if the next gen iPhone they take it out completely and just use the haptic feedback as how they give you the vibration and the feel of you force touching, but you're not really force touching, you just long pressing.
Here's the thing, right? So since they took out the 3D touch, shouldn't it internally save space?
Save space, and it should be cheaper.
Headphone jack should make an epic return now.
And it should be cheaper.
Cheaper too, yes.
You figure, if they take force touch screens out of all the new iPhones, manufacturing the phone becomes cheaper.
Wait, I just thought of something. The
The
6S had Force Touch, right? That's when it
Yes.
first came in, and it still had a headphone jack. So
They want you to buy AirPods. You don't get the point behind no more headphones, man. Just like how they don't give you a fast charger brick, but they give you a fast charger phone.
okay,
They want you to go buy their Air Mats. That's still not out yet.
And you can place your AirPods with the optional new wireless charging case on it, and it starts to charge as well.
Which got introduced
kind of crazy, right? You did that last year, whatever.
So I don't know. So iOS 12.
I mean, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't.
Well, I guess I can talk on iOS 12. I've had all the betas from beta 1 all the way to beta 12 because that's where it went from beta 1 to beta 12, and it's definitely much better than iOS 11 because iOS 11 hands down was the worst iOS I've ever had on an iPhone, and I had a couple of
tested
iPhones.
that when I had my 10 as well. So that thing, I mean, I don't know if it was a 10 itself. It shouldn't be the 10 because your 10 is running fine with it. So then it was 11 was horrible.
iOS 11 was really bad because when I came back to the iPhone, I came on iOS 10 with the iPhone 7 Plus, and that was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got to 10 and iOS 11 came out, I was like, oh my God. I don't remember what version of Android was really bad that we had. What?
Lollipop.
Oh my God.
That was Apple's Lollipop, huh?
Yeah, that was our Lollipop, and it was every day, man. You just kept on finding something new. It was like, and they just kept on. This is like, they came out with so much updates for the iOS 11, and it's like they fixed one problem, then there was another problem. Like somebody texts you a certain kind of letters, and your phone would just shut off and freeze. And I'm like, Apple, get it together, man. But you know, the good thing about them is like, no matter what, they're always pushing forward, always trying to fix stuff, and always making sure their customers is happy. So, in some ways, don't. I'm not an Apple sheep because I don't agree with everything that they do. Some things is like, come on, man, you kidding me? There's no way.
You know, Johnny gonna get you when you see this video, right? Comments coming down below.
But make sure you guys definitely go check out my boy channel, man. He does all kind of games. He does
Mostly Overwatch.
Mostly Overwatch. He's really big on Overwatch, and he's actually the one that put me onto Fortnite. Before it got as big as it is now, because when he was playing it, it was nowhere close. Like the resolution
the map is different. The game ran at 30 frames when I was playing it.
Exactly.
A bunch of towns wasn't there. Now you freaking driving go-karts, portals teleporting all over the place. The map is like, the landscape is changing. The game doubled in frame rate, which as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen a game double its frame rate through updates. This is the first time I've seen that before. So
me too.
That's amazing.
So definitely go check his channel out because he's always been a big supporter of me, and I've always supported him.
Yes.
We've always done stuff like this, but it's been a while, so it's like it's exciting to know that we're able to do this again. We all watch so much Apple videos just to make sure that I can be able to relate to a lot of stuff that he's talking about and educate myself in a lot of the things, because I didn't want to come on here and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I didn't want to be like one of those. So
yeah.
we just want to make it fun and entertaining. But if you guys do like this video, make sure you guys rate, subscribe, and comment, and let us know that you guys want another video, because we would definitely keep it going if you guys really enjoyed it.
Yes, definitely give us feedback, and then we'll schedule these more regularly. You know, if it really takes off and you guys definitely enjoy it. Or matter of fact, maybe it's something that we missed or didn't touch upon, or maybe something you want to see in the future. Write that down below as well. And maybe the next video for, let's say, the Google conference is coming up soon with the Pixel 3. Maybe we can discuss that, you know?
There you go. So now we have something to talk about. So you already know it's JGallis. I always tell you how to rate, subscribe, share with your friends. Take us out, Jay.
Alright, well, this is J-Silv from Game Media Outlet. Again, hope you can check me out if you're interested in my character. And that's it. Peace. Hopefully see you guys in the next conference.